You are Locked On Lakers Postcast, part of Locked On Sports Los Angeles, on the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Has come out red hot. Austin Reeves sets the tone, and Anthony Davis gets a 2020 night. We talk about it all on the Locked On Lakers Postcast. This episode brought to you by FanDuel. Get ready to tackle the NFL action on FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook, because right now new customers can bet $5 and get $150 on bonus bets if you win. Big night for the LA Lakers. Lakers on the road facing the Kings twice on this road trip. Kind of strange, but the Lakers face the Kings tonight. We'll have an off day tomorrow. We'll be back facing Sacramento again on Saturday in Sacramento, 3 p.m. tip-off there. But for the Lakers, again, can they put a win streak together? What is this team's identity? We've talked about it for a while now. What is the Lakers' identity? What is the best starting lineup? Who are the best guys they have coming off the bench? And can they come out with the same energy that you need to basically get wins on a regular basis? My name is Dave Palais. Appreciate you joining me again on the Locked On Lakers Postcast. Again, you can follow me on Twitter, anywhere else. You can send me messages if you like. I love talking Laker basketball year-round. Also appreciate your comments during the show. But this was a big win for the Lakers, 113-100 over the Sacramento Kings. And at the same time, man, if you love your Laker basketball and you want to follow Laker basketball on a regular basis, make sure you check out Brian and Andy. They have a daily Locked On Lakers podcast, I should say. I'm your guy for the postcast. And again, talking Laker basketball after wins is my favorite thing to do. Tonight was a good night. And because it has been very, very frustrating in the month of basically, I'd say December. The last 3 to 4 weeks has been kind of tough. And it's been tough with this Laker team because not only do you have LeBron, who leaves for an extended amount of time, and, you know, we hear it's the foot injury. That's fine. He has a big birthday coming up in about, 10 days or so, where he's going to turn 40, which is amazing that he's doing what he's doing. But for everything, if you're a Laker fan, it's all about championships. And can this team head in the right direction and chase championship number 18? Again, they're one behind the Boston Celtics. Ran into a Celtics fan tonight who told me right now we have one championship lead over the Lakers. We're about to have 2 at the end of this season. Nobody wants to see that happen. So, again, the Lakers looking a little bit better. They've won 3 of their last 4 games. They now have a 2-game win streak with this win over the Kings. Let's see if they can keep it going on Saturday. But let's look at what help this team out and exactly what they did right. For me, if you watching the game tonight, it was one guy that provided a huge spark, and it was Austin Reeves. Austin Reeves was outstanding right from the get-go. Austin Reeves is great. Kind of funny to watch him there with the big white headband on, and he's running around and he's hustling and he's knocking down threes, and the team is shooting great as far as three-pointers go. They come up with 37 points in the first quarter, but looking at the team to see what the starting 5 is, because every night it seems a little bit different. JJ Redick trying to figure out what exactly works. Of course, you had Anthony Davis, you had Rui, you had Austin Reeves, LeBron James, and you had Max Christie back in the starting lineup again. Max Christie, is he better as a starter? Is Max Christie better coming off the bench? One thing about Max Christie is I don't know if he's the offensive spark the Lakers were expecting this year, but I think he's starting to find his way with this team. One is you never have to worry about Max Christie as far as lack of effort and hustle. 2, he always makes his free throws. In fact, he's a good free throw shooter, is important for this team. One of the things that's been missing for the Lakers is continuity, not only on the offensive end, but especially on the defensive end. We talked about rotation problems for a long time. How come they don't seem to be moving? They aren't communicating. They did a much better job of that tonight. And again, Lakers 113-100, big win. And I understand you can sit there and point the finger and say, well, the Kings aren't an elite team. You beat the teams that are on your schedule. These games against the Kings, when you win them, you're supposed to. When you lose them, it's devastating to lose to a lower team in the Western Conference. This was a big win for the Lakers. So what happened in the first quarter? Lakers got off to a 7-0 run to start the game. That was big. At one point, it was a 10-2 run, but 7-0 run to start the game. And it's one of those where you sit there, if you're a Kings fan, and you're like, when are we going to score? Because you start thinking in your mind, how big of a lead can the other team get before you realize this game's already over early in the first quarter? And it looked like the Lakers are going to run away with it, but they didn't exactly run away with it. They let the Kings back in the game a little bit. It seems like the NBA kind of happens like that a lot. But they did what they needed to do, which was absolutely incredible. So the Lakers go on again towards another 11-0 run towards the end of the first quarter as well. So pretty good. 7-0 run at the beginning, 11-0 run at the end. Lakers taking control of the game, setting the tone. Austin Reeves, in my opinion, was the star of the first quarter. And so with Austin Reeves doing what he needed to do and becoming not only an offensive threat, but really an energy boost for this team. And it's unfortunate when you have to say you need guys that provide that spark. I thought LeBron James did it on Sunday against the Blazers. When he came back, it seemed like just having him back in the lineup provided an energy for this team that everybody fed off of. It felt the same way tonight with Austin Reeves. One of those games that if you sat down with someone to watch a game and they've never seen a Laker game and you said, who's the best player on the floor? They would have said Austin Reeves. He played that well in the first quarter where he grabbed your attention. Now, here's the great thing about the Lakers in the first quarter. They actually look like a good three-point shooting team, something that they have not been, actually have not been for years. And it's JJ Redick, who's known as the three-point shooter, has said, I want this team to shoot a bunch of threes. And for this Laker team, they did it tonight in the first quarter, and they actually looked really good at it. They shot 44% from behind the arc. Outstanding. If they could do that every game, and this team easily is going to be NBA champs. 47% field goal percentage, so it was an awesome first quarter. Austin Reeves looked like the best player on the floor with 8 points, 4 assists, 3 rebounds. And again, they held Fox to only De'Aaron Fox only to 8 points. De'Aaron Fox is one of those guys that's really a mismatch problem for most teams in the NBA, because when you look at what he's able to do, he's a mismatch guy because he's so fast. And there's plenty of guys who are great athletes in this league. But De'Aaron Fox is a guy that's always a mismatch problem because he is quick. He can break down your defense really quick and make you look bad. He can get to the basket when you go, man, we didn't need that. We needed basically to hold guys in check. But he's always been that threat. If you remember when he came out of Kentucky, you're looking at Fox and you're like, man, could he be a Laker? There was talk to that he could possibly be a Laker. Just to watch the game at the beginning, if you're like me and you like college basketball also, you're like, man, there are 3 Kentucky guys on the floor right now. You had Anthony Davis, you had Fox, you had Monk, and you're going, that is pretty cool if you're a Kentucky fan, but they produce NBA players. Calipari doesn't win championships, but he produces NBA players throughout the league. There are tons of Kentucky guys all over the place. Fox is a mismatch problem. Lakers did a good job with him in the first quarter. At the half, the Lakers were up 62-58. Field goal percentage for the Lakers, 44%. The Kings got a little bit hot in the second quarter. They finished the half shooting 46%. 3-point shots. Lakers are almost at 50% 3-point shooting in the first half, which has been something they haven't done not only this year, but haven't done it for years. 9 of 20 from behind the arc for them. Kings were 6 of 16 from behind the arc. Rebounds, Lakers, this is where they had their chances at second chance points. Out rebounded the Kings 31-20. Really interesting when you see a team like Memphis who has all that size, and then when you have a team like Memphis all that size, and you have a team like Sacramento who really doesn't have the size outside of Sabonis. And I think I just said earlier that LeBron against the Blazers wasn't against the Blazers, against Memphis the other night in that big win. Again, the Kings only 20 rebounds, Lakers 31 assists, Lakers 14, Kings at 13 turnovers. I'd like to see us hold the ball a little bit better. Turnovers, Lakers had 9. Kings had 5. So again, us with the turnovers is one of those things that's going to hurt this team that really I'm sure JJ Redick would like to see them clean it up. Everyone who's a Laker fan, a Laker player would like to see them hold on to this turnovers. Points off turnovers, Lakers only had 7. Kings took advantage of the Laker turnovers. They had 9. And then points in the paint, which kind of surprising, but we were shooting so well from 3. We really didn't get a chance for a lot of points in the paint, or at least that wasn't the plan. The Kings had 28 points in the paint at the half, and Lakers had 24. So Lakers go into the half looking at that situation with the lead, not as big of a lead as I think many people had hoped, but the Lakers in the second quarter, they got outscored 30-25. At the half, Lakers are still up 62-58. And moving forward, you're looking at this team saying, okay, what are they doing from here? Can they hold on? Is this going to be one of those Laker games we have seen in the past where the Lakers all of a sudden they start to struggle in the second half, and next thing you know, they give the lead away and things start to fall apart a little bit for them. So we'll get into the second half of this game and really where the Lakers took control in just a second. But I want to mention the people over at Built. Don't forget, Built right now, it's a great opportunity for you. Don't forget today's episode sponsored by Built Rewards. If you're a renter and listen up, this is a total game changer for you. Thanks to Built, you can now earn points on rent payments just like you do with groceries or travel. Paying rent right now comes with serious perks, and it's completely free to join. It's very easy. Earn valuable Built points on your rent every day, spending at no cost. Again, redeem points towards flights, hotel stays, even future rent payments. With over 500 airlines and 700,000 hotels in their program, the possibilities are endless. Make sure that you check out Built today. It's great if you're a renter, you're not a homeowner. Built is just for you. Again, so many people love the chance that they get from not only taking advantage of the points, but getting a chance to take advantage to travel, to do something great with your life. Make sure you check out Built. It's easy to join. All you do is go to joinbuilt, BILT.com, locked on NBA. That's joinbuilt.com, locked on NBA. Make sure you use the link so they know that we sent it to you. And at the same time, you can start your rewards today. Looking at this Laker team, and a very exciting time for the Lakers and everything that they're doing. It is great. It is absolutely great. And I want to talk more Laker basketball with you. Again, would appreciate your comments as well. Want to know what you think about this Laker team. Are they doing the right things? Is this cheap speed, or is this one of those things where the Lakers are now moving forward towards the goal of not only getting a great seed in the playoffs, but at the same time, are the Lakers doing the right thing as far as not having made a trade yet? Something that I've been pushing for. Did I jump the gun and say this team needs to make a trade, or are you happy with what Rob Pelinka has out on the roster right now? Also, want to mention the people over at Game Time. Don't forget, Game Time, there's nothing like going to a game and seeing it in person, but at the same time, we know the price of tickets can be expensive. We all know there's that game out there that you want to see. There's so many different games. So whether it's a Laker game, whether it's a Charger game, who had a big win tonight against the Broncos, there's nothing like that game. For me, just a few months ago, I should say, the Dodgers taking on the New York Yankees. Game 2, I was like, I got to go. I've never been to a Dodger World Series game. Love baseball, love basketball, and I've been at NBA Finals, but I've never been to a Dodger World Series game as a fan. So I said, the Yankees, of course, are a premier team. I got to find a way to be part of it. The night after Freddie Freeman hit the dramatic home run, I had a chance to see the Dodgers win Game 2 of the World Series. One of the best experiences of my life. Honestly, one of the best days of my life. And at the same time, I'm a huge Ice Cube fan. I thought that was cool as could be, but it would have never happened if I didn't get the Game Time app. So again, Game Time is the way to go about this. So many different ways you can save money on tickets, no matter where you buy. Don't forget, Game Time guarantees you'll always get the best price. Game Time ticket coverage. Look, it's great. The lowest price guarantee, event cancellation protection, 24-hour returns guarantee. And again, they will take care of you. Don't forget the Game Time app. That is the way to go. And again, the way to do it is check out Game Time and make sure you use the code LOCKEDONNBA, and you get $20 off your first purchase. Again, terms apply. Create an account and redeem. Don't forget, it's Locked On NBA for 20% off. That's LOCKEDON NBA for $20 off. Download Game Time today. And what time is it? It's game time. Okay, so here we are with the Lakers, and the Lakers now heading into a 2-game winning streak. Let's see if they can make it a 3-game winning streak. What do they have to do? What do the Lakers have to do to basically take that step to say we're considered an elite team in this league? You're taking care of business. You had a really nice win on Sunday against Memphis, had a very nice win tonight against the Kings because you took care of business and you're supposed to. But at the same time, what does this team have to do? Austin Reeves had a great game tonight. At the same time, Anthony Davis stepped up the way he's supposed to. And we all know, if you follow the Lakers and Kings, who's the one guy that owns Anthony Davis? It's Sabonis. Sabonis has owned Anthony Davis. So Sabonis had a decent game tonight. 18 points, 12 rebounds, 9 assists, 2 block shots. Not a bad game, right? In 38 minutes, not a bad game. But Sabonis always seems to give Anthony Davis a hard time, which is strange because we've seen Anthony Davis throughout his career, especially in a Laker uniform, where he goes against other centers, even guys who are bigger, maybe some will say more athletic or I guess more tools. Sabonis should be an all-star, but he's not an all-star every year. I think he's one of the better players in the league, but he goes against guys like Karl Anthony Towns and he owns them. He goes against other big guys in this league and he does extremely well. He goes against Gobert, he does very well against him. Anthony Davis came to play tonight. Anthony Davis, 21 points, 20 rebounds, 6 block shots. What else can you expect from AD? In 35 minutes, he was money. I'm going to read that line to you one more time. 21 points, 20 rebounds, 6 block shots in 35 minutes. Pretty good. 7 of 20 from the field. Outstanding effort. Austin Reeves, not only did he come out red hot in the first quarter, he stayed hot. Austin Reeves finished the night 25 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals. Great. 8 of 9 free throw shooting for Austin Reeves. Not bad at all. LeBron James, again, when you're LeBron James, and we're not far away from him celebrating his 40th birthday. LeBron James, 19 points, 7 assists, 6 rebounds. But for LeBron, here's a stat that I think helps: is LeBron only turned the ball over twice. And to sit there and say, why does LeBron have trouble, with the turnovers? It becomes frustrating. As much as everybody loves him and has a conversation with the GOAT and the all-time leading scorer and his durability to play this long in the NBA, stay in shape, and still be a threat, it's frustrating when the turnovers happen. The one thing about LeBron James' game, just to be critical, is LeBron James only attempted 2 free throws tonight. And LeBron James, I think when he plays his best basketball, attacks the basket more. And it's one of those where I'd like to see him do it. I had a kid actually ask me today, he says, hey, you've been around watching the NBA longer than I have. For me, LeBron James is the greatest player of all time. In your mind, who is the greatest, LeBron or Michael Jordan? I never saw Michael Jordan, the kid said to me. I said, look, LeBron's great. He does crazy things. He has a physique that is unmatched. He eats healthy. He does everything he can to keep this going, where if you didn't know his age and you just looked at his numbers and looked at what he does for his team, you'd say LeBron James is a freak, and he is. The difference of LeBron James compared to Michael Jordan is that I thought Michael was a killer. Meaning Michael would do whatever it took. He would take the ball to the basket when he needed to. Michael played great defense all the time. But for me, call me biased, whatever you want, because I was around him more, Kobe Bryant was the best player of all time. And the reason I say that is because Kobe Bryant was a killer, and he was a killer 24/7, almost to the point it seemed like if you watch these stories, like I cannot get enough Kobe Bryant stories. Kobe Bryant was a guy that seemed like he never slept. It was all about winning championships and getting better. And he'd get frustrated with his teammates because they didn't put the same amount of time in as he did. Real quick story, when I covered the Lakers in the 90s, and I love going to the Forum early. When I went into the Forum, only 2 people beat me inside the Forum. I'd show up at 2:00 in the afternoon, and it was Chick Hearn, who sat right in front of me. I sat right behind Chick Hearn, and Stu Lance, and then the other guy on the floor practicing at 2 in the afternoon was Kobe Bryant. Was always there before me. Kobe always beat me. And then I found out later on that was Kobe's 3rd practice of the day. Kobe was working out at 4. Kobe was at shoot around at 10. Kobe was practicing again at 2. And Kobe was a killer. It hurt Kobe to lose. Literally showed up because he thought he was going to win. Anything less than a win wasn't acceptable. So for me, I always say Kobe was the guy because he took it to another level. Not to put anything down against LeBron James, but when I see LeBron James shoot 2 free throws, that tells me LeBron's not going to the basket as often as he should. LeBron, to me, would be a better addition to what the team has right now when you have a team that doesn't shoot 3-pointers very well on a regular basis. If he takes the ball to hoop a little bit more, if he's shooting 9 to 10 free throws a game, it shows me that LeBron's, I don't think, is afraid of contact, but LeBron is basically taking guys to the basket with him, which in turn, as we know, creates more wide open shots for threes. If LeBron's going to stay outside the arc or not be a threat to go to the basket, basically it's a lot easier to play defense against the Lakers. And so for LeBron James, as great as he is, I'd like a little bit more. Whatever it takes to win a championship, anything for the team. Big team guy on this one. So when you look at the Lakers bench tonight, what do they have coming off the bench? How did the Lakers do off the bench? Well, the Lakers ended up with 30 points total off the bench. Here we go. 16 came from D'Angelo Russell. D'Angelo Russell, 7 of 15. It was nice to see D'Angelo come out and have a decent game. He only played 23 minutes tonight, but that's fine. 2 of 6 with 3-point range. But for D'Angelo to have 16 points is great. Had 6 rebounds, only 1 assist. Big stat for D'Angelo was the no turnovers. We saw a game a few games ago where all of a sudden in 4 minutes, D'Angelo had 3 turnovers. And it said, you're no help for us off the bench if you're going to sit there and just come in, not shoot well, and then just turn the ball over. You're just a negative player for this Laker team. Also, Gabe Vincent, I've been really tough on. Gabe Vincent tonight, 12 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, was big from three-point range. Gabe Vincent, 4 or 5 from three-point range. This is the Gabe Vincent that I think the Lakers thought they were getting. And if Gabe Vincent can do that in 22 minutes, give you 12 points and shoot like that from three-point range, that is great news for this Laker team. So for the Lakers off the bench, fantastic. That was it. Dalton Knecht, again, continues to struggle. I've never seen anything like it, because we know rookies starting to hit the wall. But look, we're in December. Rookies hit the wall in February. Right now, that he has not played well for almost a month is kind of scary for Dalton Knecht. Again, 1 of 4 for 2 points in 10 minutes. There's almost nothing there from Knecht. 1 rebound. That was all. And it was a defensive rebound. It wasn't even an offensive rebound. 1 foul. So his minutes diminished greatly today. The player that, again, plays as a team guy off the bench is Cam Reddish, because he puts defense first. No points, 1 shot attempted. That's what Cam's game is. It's kind of interesting to see the way Cam Reddish's game has evolved into a defensive player only, and that Cam Reddish is a zero offensive threat. That's why I've said before to you, do you think that the Lakers need to do something moving forward to say we have to find something different of going, Cam Reddish needs to continue to play defense, but we need an offensive threat. Somewhere this team needs to bring in an offensive threat, and what do they possibly do to bring in that offensive threat? Who is that guy? Again, you hear me say it all the time. Brandon Ingram, former Laker. I'd like to see him join the team. It'll be interesting to see what the Lakers decide to do through all of it. Hey, I want to mention the people over at FanDuel. Don't forget, get ready to tackle the NFL action with FanDuel, America's #1 sports book. NFL season's almost coming to an end right now. Again, the Chargers had a big win tonight over the Denver Broncos. Did you have a hunch? At the same time, if you did, especially if you bet that second half, you're going to be happy that you know FanDuel, because right now new customers can bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets if you win. The FanDuel Sportsbook app gives you everything you need to place live bets on the NFL all in one place. So when you get a hunch in the middle of a game, and we've all felt it, saying, you know what, I think this is going to happen. And when it happens, fantastic. If you watch that Charger game tonight and you're watching the Laker game at the same time, and Cameron Dicker hits that free kick, and you're going, man, I wonder if that's enough for the Chargers to turn things around and put together a great second half, and you followed your hunch, man, you're living high on the hog right now. Don't forget, view live play-by-play and so much more on the same page where you place your bets. Just visit FanDuel.com to join today. You'll get started with $150 in bonus bets if you win your first $5 bet. That's FanDuel.com. Really simple right there. So this Laker team, where do they stand? What do they need to do? What do they need to do to get better? Are you looking at this Laker team and are you content with what you have? Right now, I'm not content, so I'm happy they did well. I'm happy Anthony Davis did well, but at the same time, I want to see more consistency. I want to see one of these long winning streaks. Like, I want to see when you see that box score and you see the standings and you're saying how do they do in their last 10? I want to see the Lakers go on a run where they're 9-1 in their last 10, or at least 8-2 in their last 10. But the Lakers haven't had those kind of games in a while. And so when they started to struggle with that road trip, if you remember, where they're in Utah and they won by 1, and then they go to Miami and get embarrassed, and they lose last second to Atlanta, and they get embarrassed in Minnesota, and you're going, what is this team? What is happening? And JJ Redick kind of looks like he's kind of cracking at the seams. You kind of get a little bit concerned about what is the identity. And you're not saying you made a mistake with your head coach, because it's way too early. But do they have the right players? I honestly don't feel it's on the coaching right now. I feel this is a player situation, and this ball is in Rob Pelinka's hands to basically make something happen to make this team a little bit better. I think these guys tonight, in what I think arguably is the best game the Lakers have played all season long, that you could sit there and look at this Laker team and say, look, it doesn't get any better than this, and you only won by 13. Austin Reeves was at his best. LeBron James played the way LeBron James is going to play. Anthony Davis played out of this world. He's not going to average 20 rebounds a game. That's not going to be Anthony Davis. He's not going to block 6 shots on a regular basis. He was able to do it tonight against a smaller Sacramento team. Again, it was big that he did it against Sabonis. But we'll find out when we do the show on Saturday, when the Lakers tip off against the Kings on Saturday. We'll find out what we have in this Laker team, and basically what is the future. What can we see? What is happening? Where are they trending? We all know on Christmas Day, this Laker team will face a Warriors team that can shoot the lights out. The game's going to be a road game. At the same time, it's going to be one of those games that's going to be watched from all over the country because the Lakers always play on Christmas Day and the Warriors always play on Christmas Day. And you have Hall of Famers there. You're going to see Steph Curry, and you're going to see even Buddy Hield that can shoot. But you have Draymond Green, probably Steph, probably automatic Hall of Famers. You got a Hall of Fame coach in Steve Kerr. And beating the Warriors is always fun. But at the same time, I think it's a true test for this Laker team to see what direction they're going. So for the Lakers, again, what happens on Saturday against the Kings, and what do they do for the next week? Things get a little bit better for the Lakers, by the way. Again, we're 3-1, and I say we a lot. I know that. I'm a diehard. We're 3-1 in the last 4 games, but after Christmas, the Lakers will play 11 of the next 14 games will be at home. That's awesome. So, by the way, one of the 3 games that the Lakers will play on the road actually is against the Clippers, so they don't need to do the whole get on a plane hotel thing. But for the Lakers, this is their chance to make their mark and move up in the standings. And so where does this team go, and what are they? There's a lot of questions to be answered about this Laker team and what direction they're going. If you want to know if the playoffs began today, where are the Lakers? I'm always looking because you hear me say on the Lakers Postcast all the time that I want the Lakers to be at least the 4 seed, if not better. The Lakers moved up. The Lakers are moving up with these wins the last couple of games. So the Lakers are 5-5 in their last 10. They're riding a 2-game win streak. And right now, the Lakers hold the 7th seed. Okay. So the teams in front of them, you play along with me. Which teams can the Lakers pass? Oklahoma City is pretty damn good. All right. Oklahoma City has won 9 of their last 10. Memphis Grizzlies, they're the number 2 seed. We saw the Lakers beat Memphis the other day. When the Lakers got embarrassed against Memphis on the road, the Lakers were able to make adjustments and take care of the Grizzlies on Sunday. Houston Rockets, I always say that's a team that I think falls. Houston Rockets at 18-9. I don't see the Rockets staying as the 3 seed. There's a time where I think the Rockets are going to start to fail a little bit. Rockets are 6-4 in their last 10, in case you're wondering. Dallas Mavericks have a lot of stars on that team. Future Hall of Famers all over the place as well. Dallas Mavericks 17-10, well-coached team with Jason Kidd. LA Clippers are 16-12. They're going to have Kawhi back for the second half and make a run. You'll see Kawhi back from all the talk very soon. And the Denver Nuggets at the 6th seed are 14-11. Denver scares me because it's always a weird mismatch when you have the Joker, who's, arguably the best player in the league. And Lakers again at number 7. So the Lakers are number 7 out of a possible 10 teams that make the postseason. Minnesota's right behind them. Minnesota's a very good team. Minnesota fans and their players think they can be a lot better. Phoenix Suns 14-12 also. And then you have the Golden State Warriors, who not too long ago were right there at the top of the Western Conference. Now they've fallen all the way to number 10. So the Lakers actually faced the Warriors on Christmas Day. Maybe it couldn't come at a better time. You get a team like the Warriors who have lost 3 straight, and they're 2-8 in their last 10 games. This might be the right time to face the Golden State Warriors. Actually, I can't think of a better time. The only thing that doesn't make it a little bit more perfect to face the Warriors is the game's not in Los Angeles. The game's up in the Bay Area. San Antonio Spurs not in. Kings not in. Kings, by the way, are 13-15 on the season. Portland Trail Blazers, Utah Jazz, New Orleans Pelicans. I'm going to give the record for the Pelicans again because the Pelicans are 5-23, and there are always rumors that the Pelicans are looking to make trades. That's why I mentioned Brandon Ingram's name. Zion Williamson's a name that has come up as well. Is there a chance that you would make a trade for him? Now, he's a guy that's always banged up. The one thing about Zion Williamson, he's a Duke guy. Right? Obviously, J.J. Redick's a Duke guy. Is there something there that you say, hey, we can fix him? As a Duke guy that played for Coach K, Coach Zion when he was at his best, is there something that J.J. Redick could do to communicate to possibly change his NBA career around? I don't know. There's a lot of talk that when you see his build and his body and all the criticism coming out of college that his body is too big and it's going to hurt him down the line, and he hasn't done a lot to take basically fitness seriously. Is he a guy that the Lakers have time to worry about? Would a guy like LeBron James be a person that he could look up to and watch how he takes care of his body? Because the thing that has made LeBron James last so long is that he takes his health and his food very serious. We all know the stories about LeBron and his personal chef. Well, what you put in your body is important. For Zion, it doesn't seem like it's an important deal right now. Could the Lakers get something out of him? Could they steal basically Zion for not much? A few years ago when he came out of college, everyone said, man, Zion's a lock to be the future best player of this league. His career's been a disappointment. If you're wondering, by the way, in the East, it would say if the Lakers actually make a run at the NBA Finals, the teams at the top, they're the Cavs, which I think has surprised a lot of people. Boston Celtics, of course, look great. Knicks. I just think the West is so much better than the East. and you call me biased all you want, but I just think the West is so much better. The fact that Oklahoma City at 21-5 without Chet Holmgren is impressive. Just actually an amazing franchise for what they've had to do, because overall, when you look at Oklahoma City, they got a ton of draft picks. Remember, Oklahoma City is not a place where free agents want to go. There's nothing to do in Oklahoma City, whereas LA is a destination. What they've done and taking a chance of trading their star players to be what they are has been incredible. So again, don't forget, Saturday, we're going to be back. We're going to be talking about the Sacramento Kings again. Sacramento Kings and Lakers. It'd be great to see the Lakers go to Sacramento, take care of business. Kind of feels like a playoff situation where you stay in the same city, you play 2 games in that city, and then you move on, of course, for the rest of the playoffs. It's weird to see the schedule this way. We're going to see the schedule this way down the road as well. But I think for the players, it makes it easy for them to not have to get on a plane, that they get a chance to stay in the same city for a while. I know there are better cities than Sacramento to stay in if you ask the players. But the Lakers will be back in action on Saturday, 3 o'clock tip-off from Sacramento. And let's see if they can continue their winning ways and make it 3 straight wins for this team. Again, thank you so much for joining me every single game on the Locked On Lakers Postcast. Don't forget, for the Locked On Lakers podcast, Brian and Andy do a daily show, and they do a great job. So if you're hooked on the Lakers like I am, you love the Lakers, and you can't get enough of them, make sure you check out Brian and Andy. They do a great job. Again, my name is Dave Palais. My name's right there in the square. You can follow me on social media. And if you want to ask me any Laker questions, if you have any ideas for trades, I always want to hear them. I want to know what you guys are thinking, as well as fans, what Rob Pelinka could do to make this team better. But we're going to see you Saturday right after the Laker game, tip off at 3 o'clock against the Kings. Otherwise, have a great night. And again, go Lakers.